It's really good, everybody. It's your boy Czar coming to you with another production. We're going to talk about something real. Now, I was backed off that Stephen Paddock situation, but seems like I got to slide back on it and add some notes to it. Just some, let's say, alleged facts, okay? Alleged fact number one: Jesus Campos, the alleged hotel security that was alleged to have confronted the shooter before everything went down, different things, disappeared for a while and all sorts of things. Everybody was up in an uproar. His identity and stuff was supposedly wiped, allegedly wiped from that security system. Everyone acted like they didn't know him. Then he randomly appears on a Ellen DeGeneres special or whatever they have going on. There's some weird stuff going on. That's why, number one, I would never concede to be part of anything dealing with these organizations that are working to, let's say, cause hysteria in some way, shape, or fashion, as allegedly it seems. Now, let's move on from the number one to the number two. Number two thing, there are multiple other witnesses that are allegedly going missing around the whole case, dealing with it. Anyone, I guess, who knows some type of pertinent information, they're slowly disappearing. Now, if I remember correctly, this is the same government that attacked people like Frank Lucas and, let's say, Pablo Escobar, who were literally making witnesses go missing at some point, and that's not alleged. But they're repeating the same type of manners and issues. What's going on here? Because for a fact, I'm going to say there's funny business with the whole investigation of it. That's a fact. There's no allegedly to it. Anyone who wants to say there's not funny business, come out and show proof. They were giving out false information through Lombardo at the beginning. Now you had Lombardo step back up and try and recorrect it with FBI agents standing behind him, staring him down, making sure he doesn't slip up. Like, you think we're stupid? I mean, do they really think the American people are this dumb that I can't see that? That I can't see he's visibly, shakingly scared. This officer, this top sheriff is scared while he's filling us in on a murder that you have no people to basically follow for it, except somebody named Stephen Paddock, who's deceased, who didn't do or could not have physically done all the stuff you're naming was done in this case to cause the deaths. So here's what I want to say. And to tell you, I'm going to be real. The people who committed this crime, they're probably already no longer with us. Because the way corruption works, you get rid of everyone. If you're doing corruption and different things that's on a magnitude of millions and millions of dollars affecting millions of people, you get rid of everyone who's in the process. Because what that does is it stops a potential leak in the future. And what's sick about it is the top person then gets rid of you who got rid of everyone else. You guys don't know how it works. That's why I'm laughing, because everyone who's committing these heinous crimes, they're losing their soul. You're doing it for the money, and you're doing it for some type of clout, I guess, within your system of law rankings or whatever you got going on behind the scene to cause an uproar. But you're literally taking out anyone associated with it. So who really upholds the law? That's what I want to know. Who really upholds the law when law is breaking the law to uphold the law? I'm a little confused on that part. That has me a little jilted. I mean, actually even seeing that this guy who was on the first encounter went missing. This is class A mafia tactics. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So I don't think that could be argued. What I think needs to be understood is who's actually doing it and who actually has the power to make things like this happen, let alone the video footage not even be available, like not even be spoken about. How many times and how many crimes is that the first thing that's going to when something's not seen for a regular person? But you're telling me you got multiple people when you're alleging one person did something and everything's missing, everything's fumbled, everything's messed up. It's all a cover-up and it's all evil. And one thing I want to remark about this so that it's understood on the top of it is that in the videos, and, you know, shout to Opus Magnum, he's someone that I watch. I watch the different productions he does and the different updates he has. One thing I liked is In a past situation to Kanika Jenkins, we were looking at the edited video and basically how the video worked around it and how it wasn't real. Well, he actually was smart and he went and he looked at videos in the other sections of the hotel, and they were very telling. They actually showed and put together a real scenario of what might have actually happened. So it allowed me to see the people interacting weren't thugs, weren't gangbangers. There was Caucasian males dressed casually on the other side, walking around very sneakily and very stealthily, just working with the computers, doing weird things. So the edited footage now makes sense. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what that has to do, but I'm mentioning that because that's another case where footage isn't available to be correct and be verified. And there's a lot of issues regarding what they're saying about what actually occurred. So they're telling me that a security guard goes missing, wiped clean, no one knows where he's at, and he just happened to be there at that night, the same time the guy was there before he arrived upstairs to start doing the shooting. It all makes perfect sense if you really put the pictures together, but the question is, who's working the strings behind it? Every scene and every scenario has a puppet master. We got the puppets, and we're starting to see them get knocked off one by one. Who is the puppet master? That's the way the game goes. And my thing is, you have to figure it out. That's what we pay tax money for you to do. But the scariest part is, how do we figure it out if the people we're paying the tax money to it is the ones really working the strings? What's the game then? It's a game of publicity, a game of remember and forget. What is it? Victory out of chaos? The chaos theory? What's the game? That's what it all boils down to. We know the game of humanity. Chaos has always been used as a form of peace in the end for somebody's benefit. It's the most selfish way to gain it, but that is if you believe you're of this world or not. It's all up to you. And that's how they rock. But you know how I rock. All rights reserved.